Barcelona crashed out of the Champions League at the group stage for the second successive season, with restless fans chanting the name of their former star Lionel Messi. Barcelona fans chanted for former star Lionel Messi as they watched their side crash out of the Champions League group stage again on Wednesday night. Xavi Hernandez's Barca were eliminated from Europe's premier club competition at the first hurdle for the second successive season, despite a full round of group stage matches remaining, following Inter's 4-goal victory over Victoria Plzen earlier on Wednesday. Messi joined Paris Saint-Germain on a 2-year contract a year ago from Barcelona as a free agent. The sensational move played out after the Catalan giants were unable to register the Argentine superstar with a new contract due to strict financial fair play compliance laws by La Liga. His contract at PSG will expire this summer. The Argentine star has been on fire in front of goal this campaign for Les Parisiens and has already netted 11 goals across all competitions this season. That means he has already equaled his tally in his debut season in Paris, as he appears to have rediscovered his top form in the French capital. His exit from the Camp Nou before the start of last season coincided with the club enduring a trophyless campaign. They tumbled out of the Champions League in the group stages, exited the Copa del Rey at the quarter-final stage, and finished a distant second to Real Madrid and La Liga. This season saw expectations at the club once again turned up several levels due to a series of high-profile signings. Robert Lewandowski, Jules Koundé, Rafinha, Marcos Alonso, Frank Kessie and Andreas Christensen were among a glut of arrivals, building on a busy January, which saw Ferran Torres added to the squad. Barca had budgeted for their Champions League campaign to reach the last 8 stage this season, but the reality has seen them fail to progress beyond the first hurdle once more. Bayern Munich have been joined by Inter in advancing from the group, with Barca having to make do with Europa League football once more. Bayern Munich's clinical finishing was the difference in this Champions League battle. They took the lead after 10 minutes through Sadio Mane, and then Choupo-Moting made it 2 just after the half-hour. Gnabry assisted both goals and later scored himself, but a VAR review saw his goal disallowed. Benjamin Pavard then got the third right on full time. As for Barca, they had plenty of possession, but rarely posed a threat going forward. The result leaves Xavi plenty to think about after a poor Champions League campaign. A few supporters left at halftime, but the majority stayed to the end as their team played their last Champions League game at Camp Nou until at least 2024, with the team set to move to the city's Olympic Stadium next season during renovations. Barca fans had already mourned their impending, and now confirmed, exit over the past fortnight, and despite defeat, the match didn't become the funeral procession it might threaten to. Xavi selected a similar lineup to the team which convincingly dismantled Athletic Bilbao 4-0 on Sunday, with Pedri operating on the left side, but with freedom to float. Bayern, already through, were without injured goalkeeper Manuel Neuer, defender Lucas Hernandez and winger Leroy Sane, but still put out a strong lineup. Despite strong home support, hoping their team could end a run of 5 consecutive defeats by the Bavarians for pride as much as anything else, the visitors clinically took the lead after 10 minutes. Serge Gnabry played a fine through ball for Sadio Mane to race onto, leaving Hector Bellerin chasing hopelessly behind, and the Senegalese forward lofted over Marc-Andre ter Stegen. Barcelona tried to strike back, with Ousmane Dembele their main outlet on the right, but after a brilliant run past several defenders, he could not find Pedri in the area. Just like the Catalans' recent Clásico defeat by Real Madrid, at times they had the upper hand, but their smarter opponents knew the right time to pounce. Bayern sliced Barcelona open like a hot knife through butter again in the 31st minute, with former Stoke City and PSG striker Eric Maxim Choupo-Moting finishing consummately after another Gnabry pass. The Cameroon international now has 5 goals in his last 4 games. Julian Nagelsmann's team could have added a third before halftime, but the otherwise ragged Hector Bellerin blocked on the line and Ter Stegen denied Jamal Musiala from close range. Moments later, Barcelona won a penalty when Robert Lewandowski was felled by Matthijs de Ligt, but after watching the incident again, referee Anthony Taylor cancelled it, provoking vitriol from Camp Nou. Home supporters and their coach Xavi feel hard done by in Europe this season after decisions did not go their way in Milan in a 1-0 defeat by Inter, which hamstring their chances of progression, and this felt like salt in the wound, although de Ligt took the ball. Gnabry had a goal ruled out for offside in the second half, just when it seemed Bayern had again masterfully absorbed Barcelona's pressure and sucker punched them at the other end. Bayern rounded off their victory when Pavard finished from close range after a corner was fired back his way. Former Bayern striker Lewandowski, who swapped the Allianz Arena for Camp Nou in the summer, left frustrated again, unable to net against his old side, one of the favorites for Champions League glory. Barcelona will be among the favorites in Europe too, albeit for a different trophy. As the Catalan club played Bayern Munich in front of 84,000 fans on Wednesday, knowing their side had already been eliminated, their supporters chanted the name of Messi as Bayern raced into an early 2-goal lead thanks to Sadio Mane and Eric Choupo-Moting finding the net. Last season, Xavi's side eliminated Napoli in the round of 32 stage of the Europa League before edging past Galatasaray in the round of 16. However, they were downed by Eintracht Frankfurt, who went on to win the competition at the quarter-final stage, with Barca ultimately ending their campaign without a trophy. 6-time winners Bayern Munich secured top spot in Group C as they waltzed to a comfortable 3-0 victory against Barcelona, maintaining their 100% record in the process. It was a harrowing night for Xavi's side, who had already been dumped out of the Champions League before kickoff and provided little competition for their German opponents. Thanks for watching this video.